Oh, shit. That's too many fucking games, man. Well, let's go through them. Part 2 of my PS2 games. Sit back and enjoy. Yeah, this right here, man, this is what I call my two-player fighters genre. So, unlike the PS1, I got a better collection of this because during the time, I was playing a lot of fighting games with the homies, man. Because we just go to their house and just duke it out in fighting games. It was either that or play Halo. So, I picked up a lot of fighting games to try to get good to beat my homies because they were too fucking good. And some of them I got good at, some of them I suck to this day. Anyways, I don't know where to start, so I'm going to grab whatever I can. Capcom versus SNK. I had to get this, man. This had the best of both worlds. Street Fighter characters and King of Fighter, and I'm a fan of both. So, Capcom versus SNK, we used to play that a lot with the friends. Picked this up, and now, you know, a lot of these fighters are worth good money now. But this was hella solid. This is one, like, man, there's Marvel vs. Capcom 2, then there's this. And in a certain degree, I actually like this better than Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. So, yeah. Solid-ass fighter of the best, two of the best fighters out there. Man, why not? During the time, they would do all these, like, you know, verses and stuff like that. I love Capcom for that shit. Next up, we got Arcana Heart. I got 2 copies of this game. It was an Atlas fighter that came out. Nobody really knew about it, but they do have 3 now, you know, so those are on like PS3 or something. Anyways, Arcana Heart is like an anime fighter. I couldn't get really into it, man, but some people love this shit. But I ended up getting a sealed copy because it came out only for like $19.99. It was like a launch $19.99 title. So I was like, since it's an Atlas game and it's so cheap, I bought 2. I normally don't do that, but you know, I wanted to play one of them. Next up, we got Kengo Master of Bushido. This is probably one of the first 5 games I ever bought for PS2. I love ninjas and samurais, and this is the closest thing you can get to Bushido blades. So me and my brother bought this game back in the days. It's like a launch title because it still has a blue disc, and this is my original copy. We played the fuck out of this game. But it's cool because you get to train your freaking character, and you know, it was more realistic. So it was a more realistic type of sword fighting game. But it's fun, man. The graphics are pretty good for the time. So Kengo, 2-player game. I'm going to grab left and right from now on. Now we got another SNK. I love SNK games. So this Art of Fighting right here. So, you know, this during the time SNK was coming out with hella games, like compilations and they all came out for $20 a pop. So I was buying them, man. So I never got to playing this because Art of Fighting, like you could play this like on any other compilation, but I buy it just because it was cheap. So it comes to Art of Fighting 1 and 2 and Path of the Warrior, where they introduce like Ryo Sasaki, Yuri, and other characters. Because when you get to King of Fighters and stuff, that's when you see like a bunch of like SNK fighters put all into one. So anyways, $20 game, man. Shoot, why not? We got Dead or Alive 2 right here. I think I talked about it before. I recently just picked this up. But Dead or Alive 2, man, I fell in love with this game when I first played it on Dreamcast. So when they had this on PS2, this was the first game I ever got for PS2 when I got it. Fucking great. Me and my brother just duked it out left and right. I don't know, some people don't like this game, but I really like the fucking battle mechanics of this game. It's hella fluid, man. Anyways, good game. The characters look great. Why not? Talk about this before. Fight Night Round 3 is not really like a fighter, but it is a 2-player fighting game technically, so I put it up in here. Fight Night Round 3 is one of my all-time favorite boxing games, man. Along with, what's the one with Afro Thunder? I don't know, but good ass game. Got it right here. Used to play this with my friends all the time, and I would like do that cheap ass flash KO on their asses and knock them out in one hit, and they can't get back up, so they'll be like, man, you can't use that no more. Shit was hella funny. So yeah, Fight Night Round 3 goes down as one of my favorites. Now, during the time, I don't know, maybe like 2005, 2006, me and my friends would play a lot of Tekken, man. So I couldn't afford Tekken 5 because it was too new at the time, and my homie had it, so we would play at his house. So I had to buy like Tekken Tag and Tekken 4 to try to get good, because basically all the moves are the same. And I would practice playing with, these characters on here, so I could go play Tekken 5 to try to whoop their asses. But man, they were too fucking good. But I got pretty decent in this game, man. I like Tekken. Tekken is like a counterpart to Dead or Alive, so I do like both series, man. Great games. Anyways, let's move on. Virtua Fighter 4. Got this in a lot. I'm not a fan of Virtua Fighter at all, but this would probably be like the game that started off Dead or Alive and Tekken with this was 3D fighting and all that shit. So cool games, but I only like playing on the Sega Saturn back in the days. Anyways, now we got another sealed copy of an SNK game, and this is World Heroes. So World Heroes is like a compilation of beat 'em ups. Like not exactly, it's not exactly a beat 'em up. It's actually a 2-player fighting game. So I don't really know the characters in this freaking series, but it was pretty popular back in the days before like King of Fighter came out. So World Heroes Anthology, compilation of like 4 World Hero games, or 3. So these came out in 1999 as well. I had to get them every time they came out an SNK game in 1999. I had to buy them. Now we had SNK Arcade Classics, so I had to buy this one. And this one actually played and opened up. It comes like good ass games, man. Metal Slug, Sengoku Shock Troopers, King of Fighters, World Heroes. So sometimes they would release these, and then it would already come out with like games that are on these games, and you're like, what the fuck did they do that for? But anyways, there is a part 2, and I need that shit, and it's getting to be kind of rare now. So I wish I bought it back then, but during that time I was running broke, so I couldn't buy any more games. Anyways, Guilty Gear Ichika. I don't like the Guilty Gear series at all. Some people either love it or hate it. This series, to me, I don't like the fucking. I'd rather play Samurai Warriors or Samurai Showdown, man. Never liked the Guilty Gear fighting style, but some people love that shit. Anyways, I don't really count Rampage as a fighter, but it is a 2-player game, so I just stuck it in here. Who doesn't know Rampage? Got this on a lot. I mean, come on. This is basically like Godzilla, basically, right here. 2 players. Godzilla versus Kong type shit. So, good game. Good to have. Now, I want to just throw this with all my Onimusha games, but this is actually something that people don't know about. Onimusha Blade Warriors is actually a Super Smash Brothers style game with Onimusha characters in there, but they have secret characters like Mega Man Zero and stuff you could play as. Had hella fun with this series right here, man. Nobody talks about this game, but this is actually a pretty solid game. I kind of like this game better than Super Smash Brothers, but y'all think I'm tripping. So, if you ever check this out, you got some homies to play with, this is a good ass game, man. Here comes another one, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, another SNK game. So I got a lot of these. It's another game. Well, this one's like it's not a compilation. They just took all the Neo Geo characters and threw it into a fighting game. So it's very similar to to King of Fighters, but it has like Samurai Showdown characters and all that, Metal Slug and all that in one. So it was cool, man. But the only thing is I got it and my homies didn't want to play it. I was hella mad. Naruto came in a lot as well. I never really seeked out the Naruto fighting games because I don't like the fighting style. It's kind of too stupid for me. But it's good to have. I mean, these games are starting to kind of climb eventually. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Y'all know I got this in that lot where I paid hella cheap for hella grails back in November. If you didn't see it, check out that grail pickup. Anyways, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, no manual, and, the cover's kind of busted, but even so, this game is rated like $100 and up, and, it's like, you already know this is regarded one of the best 2D fighting games out there. And I agree, it's one of the best ones. And then we got Fatal Fury Battle Archives. They made 1 and 2. I only opened the first one to play, but Fatal Fury is another, series that eventually, collided into the KOF 2D fighter, SNK once again, 1999 a pop. And this one is sealed, so it basically has like all the the games that are related to like Terry Bogard and his brother and shit. So Real Bout, Fatal Fury, you know, all this stuff. I didn't know they made that many games for it, because this is like old school Neo Geo type shit, and I never had one. The only way to play is if you had Neo Geo back then, or you played it in the arcade. So good to have. Love these fighting games in the collection, man. Fighters are always amazing. So then we have the King of Fighters series, where I got all right here. Now this one is the actual, this is the King of Fighters Maximum Impact. I actually hella liked it because they try to make this into a 3D fighter. So, you know, it's the first of its kind, but man, it was pretty good, man. I gotta admit, it was good. I liked it. And it comes with a, you know, deluxe package, so freaking amazing. Comes with a bonus DVD and the game itself. So the rest of these are King of Fighters games. To me, this is probably one of the best King of Fighters games that came out. King of Fighters, was it 11? So they kind of got weird. They changed it, because back then they named all the King of Fighters like 2000, 2001, 2003, and then that automatically, out of nowhere, just fucking made it Roman numerals, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? I hate it when game companies do stupid shit like that. But this one, I loved it. They introduced some new characters in here, like Elizabeth right here. They're all hella fucking fun to play with. I hella enjoyed playing this game with the homies, man. And the graphics were hella good too. So yeah, one of my favorite King of Fighters right here. Some people just love their 98, but it's just fucking graphics too shitty for me to play on. Anyways, we got King of Fighters 2000, 2001. I also really like this one as well. This saga was called, the Orochi Saga, so I hella enjoyed this time. And K-Dash right here is one of my favorite characters in King of Fighters. If y'all know, you know, he's like a clone of the main character, Kyo. So yeah, there's a 2-in-1. I loved it when they made these 2-in-1s, man. That was freaking amazing. So I was trying to buy up all the King of Fighters that I could, and so I basically own almost all of them. Then we got King of Fighters 2006, which is like a sequel to the 3D one I just showed you. I was playing on this bootleg back in the day, so I didn't really have to open this one. But this one, it's alright. They got the new character up in there and all that shit, but the 2D one is still kind of better than this one. Yep. And here's the old school 98. They had to make this one because everyone regards this as the best King of Fighters, man. But I don't know. I didn't get into it like that back in the days. But this came in 2 discs. It's 98 right here, the Ultimate Match. Yeah, good shit, man. Sealed still. Crazy, huh? They all play the same, so what's the point of opening all of them, right? King of Fighters is the Orochi Saga collection, so they would do shit like that. They'll come out with like a 98 or whatever, right? Right here, and they'll come out with the whole compilation. You know, what the fuck are you doing, man? They do stupid shit like that. But this is the whole Orochi Saga collection right here, which is one of my favorite sagas in the series. So, good fighting game, another SNK. They were all 20 a pop when they first came out, and they all came out within like 2 years. So that's all my fighting games. I do love my fighting game collection on PS2. So freaking amazing. And we'll move on to the next, because this was a long segment. All right, over here I got what I call the hack and slash sword play games, man. So let's start, man. All right. I love me some hack and slash games, and anything to do with swords and all that stuff. So we're gonna start off with one of my favorites, man. That would be the Dynasty series, man. I got all these. Dynasty Warriors 3 was actually my entry to the series. So I first bought this back then after working with my dad for so long. Fell in love with the game, man. Played the fuck out of this game, especially with my cousins. Then Extreme Legends came out as a DLC, basically, and that's how they did back in the day. So it released another game, and bam, I got that. Played the fuck out of that too, and basically beat the game with almost every character. Then my homie borrowed my fucking game and memory card, and fucking, you know, the damn game got deleted and wiped out all my fucking footage. No, all my freaking progress, and I was hella mad. I got that. Later on, I got the Dynasty Warriors 2 just because they have it. Empire is not exactly a hack and slash, but it's actually like a strategy game, but I just keep it on there to keep it in the series. And then we got Dynasty Warriors 5, and Extreme Legends was probably one of the best for PS2 in the series, man. They had hella characters in this game. So it was good shit, man. I just love Dynasty Warriors, man. They're all freaking amazing. Like I said, Extreme Legends became a thing later, and you know, they were like this to DLC to try to milk money off of your ass. But that's Dynasty Warriors for you. They got like 1 million in that series. Crimson Sea later came out. The first one was on like only on Xbox, but number 2 is on here. But this is kind of like a Dynasty Warriors game, but a little bit more technical, man. More exploring and all that shit. So Crimson Sea 2, I got this at when I work at GameStop. Got this for like probably $15, something like that. So I always wanted to have this game because I have the one on Xbox and it's an amazing game. Bam. Anyways, I'll always buy games that have samurais in there. So Samurai 20XX was like I think this is like a 7 Samurai type of game. So yeah, they just kept on making 7 Samurai, which is like an old school freaking story from Japan. And this is like a futuristic version. So it was a cool just hack and slash type of game. Yep. Good to have. Now we got Shinobi. Had to get it because it's a ninja game, and this game was hella fun, fast paced, and it was a good like kind of counterpart to Ninja Gaiden. So it was either that or Shinobi. Those were like the main 2 ninjas back in the days. I still like Ninja Gaiden better, but this game is still hella fun, man. I like the character design, and the soundtrack was hella good in this game right here, man. So that is Shinobi right here. Then we got Nightshade. The Japanese version is actually called Kuno Ichi, which means female ninja. So, but for some reason, the dumbass people over here are like, people don't know what that fucking means, so let's change it to Nightshade. So this is basically the female Shinobi right here, which is another good ass game, but I think this game was a little bit harder. So yeah, so they both go together. I bought this at the flea market one time, and then like it has a hole punch in that shit because they probably got it from some developer. Because Sega was up in San Francisco, so it was easy to get some of the games over there. You tested games for them, which I did back then every once in a while. Anyways, that is a Shinobi series. Good, great series. Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. Got this because I wanted to play co-op games. I always, and I thought it was supposed to be a co-op game, but it wasn't when I got it. And then like fucking, we would just take turns playing this shit. I swear, I thought wasn't it supposed to be a co-op game? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but I got it, and me and my cousin would just probably take turns playing this game. We beat the game hella time. It was hella fun. Anyways, God of War. I'm probably the only one that fucking don't really care for God of War, man, because I like Ninja Gaiden better. So I have it just because, you know, this is a great game and all, and you know, it's first game in the series, so I bought that shit. Castlevania Limited Instance. I actually got this recently just because freaking Castlevania games are actually like going up in value, so I had to get a couple of these. And I'm missing the other one though, but I have it on OG Xbox, so it's fine. Blood Will Tell right here. This is technically a fake cover, but I got this way back when on eBay, just manual and disc for like 60 or 70 bucks back then. So here it is, man. And this ain't all that good condition. It has like scratches and shit, but whatever, it'll do. So great ass game right here, man. Everyone knows this is a rare ass gem, and I still need to beat this game, man. Good ass game. Just play it, man. Get it if you can. Good ass game. Anyways, Summoner. This is a weak ass, technically an RPG game. I just kept it in here because it's kind of like a sword game, but need not say more. It's just one of those launch titles that suck ass. Alone Dark, the legend of. I got this in a lot. I don't know shit about this game, but apparently it is a type of like kind of an RPG dungeon crawler type of game, but sword play, so I threw it in here. Eternal Ring was probably the third game I ever bought for PS2, and this game was the weakest game I ever played in my whole life, man. I'm hella mad that I got this game, but it was so cheap I couldn't pass it up. It was $7.99, man. So come on. If you ever get this game, it's by Age Tech, man. Sometimes Age Tech makes great games. Sometimes they make shit ass games. There's no in between with their asses. And then we got Dark Angel, which is another, well, I would just call it like a dungeon crawler type sword hack and slash game. So I got this from another collector. So this is it right here. And we got Drakengard right here. Got this way back when it was only like $7.99 at Game Crazy, and now this game is fucking worth hella dough now. Can you believe it? This is probably one of the weirdest hack and slash plays like Dynasty Wars, but you get to wield a dragon and stuff. And it's a weird ass game because, you know, the story gets really weird because you end up like banging your sister in this game. Crazy, huh? Anyways, Devil May Cry the collection right here, man. I got 1, 2, and 3. This has a special edition in there. And just great game, man, in the series. All number 2 sucks ass, but the first 3 is hella good. Fast-paced hack and slash type of game. Who didn't want this, man? Somebody traded it in, so I took the freaking cover. And then I already own 1 and 2, so I fucking got like part 3 and just completed it. So this is back in the GameStop days. Fucking Tenchu is one of my favorite ninja games, so had to get this. When this game first came out, I fell in love with this game. Especially because it had 2-player duel in there, so I just play with my brother all the time, whip his ass. But this was hella good. Soundtrack's amazing too. Then he came out with this Tenchu Fatal Shadows and shit, and I wasn't a big fan of it because, you know, they went all SJW and shit and had a female lead, but I don't know. It was alright. It wasn't bad, but I just like having Ricky Morrow in my fucking team because he's better. Can't wait on Samurai 1 and 2. I talked about these before. I say get these games while you can because they're going to go up in price. And they're great games, man. They're samurai games. You're kind of like back in the days, you're just whipping people's ass and you get to choose, like, you know, you have to make choices in this game that affect the outcome and all that. But great game and all. Get them, and then you get Fine Part 3. You should get that too, man, because I'm looking for it. But look out for these games. So these are my sword hack and slash games right here. Hopefully you enjoyed that because I really enjoyed this, you know, these type of games, man. So we will move on to the next. All right, what you're looking at over here is what I call the action shooter genre. You know, with some stealth and all that stuff, but mainly the action shooter type genre right here. A little bit more exciting. So let's start with what we have right here, man. First things first, I got this in the lot with the PS2 and all that stuff. This is a sealed copy of Mercenaries. So Mercenaries is a good ass game. I kind of should have put this in the GTA section, but you know, it's more shooting than anything, so I just kept it in the shooters pile. But yeah, it's a fun ass game. Part 2 was even more fun because it was co-op. This one's only 1 player, yeah. So hella fun, action packed, over the top type of game. Blow shit up all day. Good game, man. So got it sealed, man. Because I got it on like Xbox and I played it on there. Next up, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. I did buy this at Game Crazy back in the days, and come on, man, it's Ghost in the Shell. How could you not get this, man? This was a great anime series. And what's even better about this particular game is the cover, man. So the cover goes, you could get, you know, Makoto Kusanagi in the front like that in this pose, but I just kept it where it should be, the original form, which is the more, you know, shiny case. Why not? Why not keep it like that? The game wasn't that good, man. I don't even think I was able to beat it, but, you know, it's good to have just because it's a freaking Ghost in the Shell game. Now, a Ghost in the Shell game that I really want, that I can't find, that I used to own, but some motherfucker stole it, was actually the PS1 version, man. PS1 version was hella tight. You guys ever run into that game, man, hit me up. I need that shit for my collection, man. But yeah, Ghost in the Shell. It's kind of like a stealth shooter game. Anyways, Neo Contra. This game is whack as fuck. It's a Contra game, shoot 'em up type. But you know, at this point, they just kind of like lost this whole luster on Contra games. Once they went 3D, it kind of sucked. So they had to go back to like 2D now. So that's a little better. I don't know about this new Contra that came out with the girls and stuff, the Rogue Corps. I think that one's weak too. Anyways, Black is the most legendary shooter out there, man, for its time. Because man, when this first came out, man, the graphics were so damn good, and it was hella solid, man. If anything, that EA is fucking up because they don't ever want to like remaster any of the good shit like this. And I got this on both consoles, but I play it on Xbox because, you know, on Xbox they got the freaking not remastered, but the backwards compatibility that makes this play on 1080, man. So Black, if you never played this game, y'all missing out. Great game. I actually got this copy at Goodwill for like $2. Crazy. Dead to Rights, man. I don't know if you know about this game, but this is a game where it's like a wannabe Max Payne, but you do have a dog that attacks everyone for you. Cool ass game made by Namco right here. At the time, like, games will always come out. If Max Payne came out, then they'll make another game similar to it. So Dead to Rights is actually a pretty decent action game. They made 3 of those games so far. Killzone was another legendary shooter game. So all 3 of these games right here are just like legendary shooter games, man. But Killzone was another one. Sony, it was made by. But when it first came out, man, you're like, damn, this game's hella tight, man. Like, Call of Duty was nowhere near, like, you know, as good as Killzone during the days when it came out. So this was it. This was like one of the most solid shooters back in the days. It's futuristic shooters, at least. Then we got the Hitman Collection right here. I don't really remember how I got these right here. I think somebody traded it in and I just bought it off them or something. So you get like the first 3 Hitman games all in one. Why not? It's a trilogy. So I got it, man. Good shit. Hitman's a good series. You got Gungrave right here. It's based on the anime. I know they're coming out with one on PS4 if it hasn't come out already. Did it? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like an action shooter, like a Devil May Cry type game. So I put it in this kind of stack of just, you know, action game, man. Action shooter. Got Headhunter. This is another Goodwill find right here. Got for hella cheap. If I zoom in right here, this kind of look like Grand Theft Auto, but you can tell it's like a stealth action shooter game. I haven't played it before, but I don't know. Looks like a wannabe Matrix game. Anyways, Max Payne, another legendary game made by Remedy. Everything they touch goes to gold. Need I explain? This game looked so damn good when it first came out, man. And, you know, the bullet time and all that shit. This was the game that first actually captivate that, man. Great shooter. If you ever get a chance to play this damn game, if you haven't, y'all missing out. Good ass game. Looks better on Xbox though. I don't care what anyone says. Anyways, Stolen. So I got this game because I beat Metal Gear Solid and wanted like a stealth game. So me and my cousin was like, oh shit, this looks pretty tight, man. And the game was hella weak. So I mean, it's not bad, but it's weak. Yeah, it's a stealth wannabe Metal Gear Solid stealth type of game. So I don't know, everywhere you go, you like get stuck. It's fucking stupid. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, Angel of Darkness, probably the worst Tomb Raider ever in the planet. So why would I even talk anymore about this game? Yeah. Got that in a lot as well. Got Tribes right here. This is sealed. Got this in a lot from the LA pickup that I never made video of because I wasn't making videos at the time. Tribes, everybody was into this PC game back in the days, man. Everybody was talking about Tribes, but my PC was too fucked up. You know, couldn't play this game, but everyone was like talking about this game back then, man. It was this game of Phantasy Star. That's all the fucking people talked about, at least back in my school. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. I'm not a Star Wars fan. These came in a lot, and this one is sealed. Bam. You know, some of you guys are like busting a nut right now off of this sealed shit, but whatever. SOCOM, man, got this game because my stupid ass friend wanted to play, and he just wanted an excuse to whoop my ass all the time because he was just too fucking good at the game. You know, just fucking throwing grenades random in the air and it would fucking hit me for no reason. But yeah, it's like one of the first online multiplayer games on PS2 to like get popular. So this was the shit back in the day. Now, not so much. Project Eden. I don't know shit about this game. I mean, it looks dumb as fuck. And I just got that shit because I like the name Eden, man. So, It's a weak ass game. It came in the lot with the PS2 from LA once again. Now we got Metal Slug 4 and 5. So another action shooter, side scrolling. I didn't know where to exactly put this, so I just put this right up in here. You already know, Metal Slug, if you ever washed clothes back in the days at a laundromat, you most likely played this game. Fun as fuck, but it'll take all your quarters. Yeah, good shit. Then we got the Metal Gear series for the PS2. Metal Gear Sons of Liberty. This was freaking amazing. I remember this is the first entry to the series for me. Well, I never really played Metal Gear Solid 1. I watched people play it, and I thought it was too hard for me to play, so I didn't want to get it. So Metal Gear 2 came out. My cousin was like, this game's hella fucking sick, man. You can shoot motherfuckers on the radio and take it out. I mean, I was like, damn, that sounds hella advanced, even for a PS2 game. So I picked it up. Man, we played it all night, man. I was hella hooked. Then I played the PS1 version. I was hooked on that shit. Because, you know, the storylines to this game are, like, fucking amazing, man. So that would be that. And later, these two came. Substance came in a lot, but this is basically just a harder version of Metal Gear 2, so I don't really care for it. Then we got Snake Eater, which I got from my friend. Bought it off him after he finished, and that's how I got a lot of my games back in high school, was I bought shit off of homies when they finished and didn't want them for cheap. Then I played it for a little bit, and I didn't get to beat it, so one of these days I have to beat this shit. I know I'd never beat Metal Gear Solid 3, ain't that a shame? Had too much games to play back in the day, so I never got around to it. So bam, that makes up my so-called action shooter genre. So we are gonna move on to the next. Yeah, so what we have right here is what I call the beat 'em up / platformer / kiddie games, with the exception of God Hand down there. So let's start. First of all, we got this Jet Li game right here that I got, Rise to Honor. I got this in the lot as well. It's actually a decent beat 'em up game, man. It's worth a try. So, good shit. And I got 3 of the Ratchet and Clank games. I don't really need to explain these. These all came in a lot as well. Very typical, you know, platformer type of game. And then another one that's popular, also Sony made, is the Sly game. So I have Sly 2 and 3, and I'm missing the first one for some reason. But eventually I'll find it, because they're actually pretty common. But then again, you just get the new ones. So, because the new ones are like the whole collection. Simpsons, not exactly a platformer, but, you know, it's kind of a kiddie game. So this is The Simpsons, the movie, the game. Getting kind of rare now. Beautiful Joe 2, a neat part 1, but this is a side scroller kind of beat 'em up type of game. Pretty cool. Almost kind of like a Mega Man game. It is by Capcom. I think this Spiral was kind of worth more, but I got 2 of the Spiral games. I think there's one more in the series, but yeah. So these, another platformer, kiddie game. Got a Sonic Plus Mega Collection, which comes with a bunch of Sega Genesis Sonic games. So it's supposed to be a compilation, but I just kept it as a kiddie game. Then we got Rygar. I got this because people was like, oh, it's gonna be rare, man. So I'm not exactly sure what this would even be categorized as. I think this was supposed to be another section, but I fucked up, so whatever. We'll just leave it in there. Then we got this Robin Hood the Vendor, also another Capcom game most people don't know about. This is sealed. I got it at an anime convention, but I don't know exactly what kind of game this is. Somehow it just ended up in this pile, but look it. Okami. Basically I put a lot of Capcom games up in here, but you already know what this is. This is a good ass game right here. Still need to get the one on Xbox HD. Mega Man right here is technically a platformer type game. You already know this is the X series, the whole collection. It's good stuff to have all in one. For Noah, man, damn, dude. Fuck. I don't know. I guess it's a platformer game, but man, I got this in a good ass lot back then. So I always needed this game. Too bad I don't got the first one because that one's hella expensive now. A good thing I got this one. Then we got Cow the Kangaroo. The second one, another kind of like kiddie game, so I just threw it up in this pile. Got this with the Super Nintendo a lot. Then I got 2 of the Jack games, another one of the staple games that came out for PS2. So, yeah, I never really got into the series, but another platform kiddie game. Ico is one of those games where, you know, this is at one point hella rare. They did a reprint, but it's almost like a launch game, man. It's kind of a platformer slash RPG type. And this is more of a beat 'em up. So Incredible Hulk, this one's pretty good, man. This one probably one of the better Hulks of all the Hulk games that came out. Ultimate Destruction, good to have. God Hand's probably the only one that's a mature, but it is a beat 'em up, so I pretty much just threw it in here as a beat 'em up game. This is a rare as hell. At first I only had like the disc, but my boy Hero hooked me up with the case and the manual. We did a cool trade for it, so I appreciate it. Hero, if you're watching, bam, God Hand, good grail right there. Bounce is another beat 'em up type of game that's like Fighting Force that came out for Squaresoft, so that's pretty cool, man. Good stuff right there. I guess this should be like the halfway mark of all the games that I got. And this stack right here is what I call the Grand Theft Auto stack. And any games that is similar to Grand Theft Auto, this would be it. But to start off first, let me take out these 2 games, which would be State of Emergency 1 and 2. Because they're not exactly Grand Theft Auto games, but they're made by Rockstar. So these games were horrible. And at the time, these were like pretty much, well, at least the first State of Emergency was, you know, kind of like a launch title. And, you know, they were trying to be like, oh, this game's hella freaking violent, blah, 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 blah. So they weren't trying to let people buy it. So that made me want to buy even more. So I ended up like fucking finding a GameStop that was gonna sell this game to me without being 18. And I bought it and the game sucked ass. So I just bought part 2 just to have both in the collection, but I never played this one. They said this one's a little bit better, but this one sucked, man. Then we got Yakuza. I only got one Yakuza game in my whole collection, man. And, you know, I do really like the series because this is kind of like based off of basically Shenmue, you know? Shenmue, like, they didn't want to make any more of those games, and they kind of just branched it off into this, and it became a series of its own, which is a very popular game now. But back then, nobody knew about this. So, cool to have, but they already have the remake, so I need to pick those up. And we got a whole stack of Grand Theft Auto games, starting with 3. 3 was so revolutionary when we got this. I remember we got this at KB Toys. Me and my brother was like, what the hell, this is a Grand Theft Auto? It came out of nowhere and we just bought it and we was playing all day. And during those times, man, damn, dude, like, we wasn't getting good grades and stuff, so, like, you know, my parents and shit took away our fucking PS2. So we had to, like, we knew where they hid it, so we had to, like, fucking sneak and play this when they were, like, at work and shit. And then, you know, when we hear the car come back, we hurry up and unplugged it and put it back. So we were taking turns doing that every day after school. Hella funny. I remember, like, bam, Vice City came out. Man, I was trying to get a copy of this game. It was hella hard to get. And I was willing to even give a person like $100 to fucking get this, because this dude at school was like, fuck, dude, like, I got this shit like a week early because I know blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But he still wouldn't sell it to me. I was going to give him $100 back in the days in high school. He still wouldn't sell it to me. That's how you know you want to play this game hella bad. And this game was great. It was pretty much like Scarface. So who didn't like Vice City? The soundtrack's amazing. Need I say more? Then we got the king of the Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. When this came out, man, you're like, damn, you didn't think it could get any better. So right here it is. Look at that. Game Crazy Days, man. Right here. Got this shit. $11.99, player. So, man, this is the greatest hits one. Why have I never even changed it out? I don't know. So I think I just wanted to get this game hella fast. And I don't know. I can't even explain why there's a fucking greatest hits in there, because I know I have original copy. Somebody must have swapped my shit out because they knew the hot coffee mod was worth more. I don't know. Anyways, Liberty City Stories came in a lot as well, but I first got this on PSP. Played the shit out of it, and I thought it was crazy that you could use the PSP to play online with each other, man. That was amazing for its time. And then bam. So cool game, cool side story. You play as like Tony, but good stuff. So that is be my Grand Theft Auto games for PS2. Think about the Getaway, man. I mean, this game was alright, but I still didn't like it. So this is like a European wannabe GTA clone. And they made like 2 games off of this. But man, the graphics were hella good in the game for its time. But I don't know, man. The game just, it wasn't as good if you ask me compared to good old GTA, man. You know, you get spoiled when you play the good shit and you try to make clones and stuff. And then Bully is like a high school GTA game. You know, now they got this out for freaking the newer consoles, so I'm gonna need to pick up one of those and beat these games once and for all, man. I always hear about how good this damn game is, man. I never get to play it. Damn, you know. So that's it for my GTA style games right here. Not too many, but whatever, you know. So yeah, let's move on to the next. What you're looking at right here is my basically anything to do with cars and vehicles and racing stack. So you call it the racer stack, even though you see a Twisted Metal up in there. That is the exception. Twisted Metal is a car combat game, so it has something to do with cars, and it's the only thing I got that is Twisted Metal on here. So bam, Twisted Metal is one of my favorite franchises. When they came out with this on PS2, I couldn't wait to get it, man. Got this thing, played the hell out of it. But I don't know, I didn't know how I felt about how dark the game was, but I think I learned to appreciate it a little later in life. And then Supercar Street Challenge. This came in a lot, or else I'm really not that big of a racer fan, even though I got a decent stack. But I kept it in there because I just keep whatever games I don't have when I pick up in lots. Tokyo Extreme Racer was always hella popular back in the days, especially with the Asian kids that was into the tuner cars, because you didn't see too much tuners in racing games till Need for Speed Underground came out back then. Tourist Trophy, this was, you know, from the makers of Gran Turismo with motorcycles, and I remember this game, it had hella good graphics. Like if you look at the back right now, man, these graphics look like freaking 360 or better. So I ended up getting this, and I still haven't even played it, but one of these days I'm popping in just to see how good the graphics really are, because in terms of Gran Turismo, they've made great looking games. Spy Hunter is like an action car shooter, so almost like a Twisted Metal, so I just put it up in that stack because it has something to do with the cars. And this is based on the old school version of the game, but this is the revitalized version. So cool game right there, pretty fun, because the car transforms and all that. Anyways, next I got the Simpsons Road Rage. So you already know Simpsons Road Rage is one of the first car-based games that Simpsons made. And you know, this was like the start, and basically Hit and Run was what they perfected. So both good games, but Hit and Run is the better game. Good to have in the collection, man. Ridge Racer 5 was a launch title for PS2, so who doesn't own this game? Somewhere along the lines, you're always going to have this game in Tekken Tag. First 2 games that ever come out, right? So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ridge Racer. It's too arcadey for me, but hey, whatever. Launch title, right? Need for Speed Underground right here. Got this back in the days. This revolutionized the racing games because of the customization and them having NOS in the game and all that stuff. It was the closest thing you could get to playing a Fast and Furious game. And the funny thing is, all the Fast and Furious games suck ass compared to this. Why don't EA just remake this game, man? This will bring everyone back. The Lil Jon intro, man, hella fun. Used to cut school, play at my friends all the time. Bam, Need for Speed Underground. Need I say more? Then we do have the 2 Gran Turismo games. Everyone knows these are solid racing simulator games. Graphics are always the best. But before Forza came out, this was the king. I bought this just because my cousin wanted to play it, so we brought it to his place and watched him play all day. Anyways, Fast and Furious came in a lot. I never really got to play this one, but I played the one in arcade. So, you know, you get to tune stuff up. This came out way late in the game series, so nobody even really paid attention to these games. But yeah, Fast and Furious. Auto Model Lisa came from another PS2 lot. I always wanted this because this is Capcom's version of like a basically Need for Speed, but it was all cell shaded, man. It was like cartoony cell shaded, so it was pretty cool, man. I had to say, all the Asians wanted this game too, man. It was all talking about it back then. That and Tokyo Extreme. So yeah, got it, man. So that right there marks all of my small little collection for my racers. And I don't really play a lot of racers because, man, they're too repetitive for me. So, I mean, I just have them just to have, because the only thing I really played as a racer back in the days was on the Xbox with Project Gotham. Anyways, on to the next. Yeah, so this small stack right here is what I call the airplane or mech slash shooter type of, so basically airplane games and robots and mechs and shit. So that's going to be this collection. I don't got too much of those because I'm really not into them like that. First up, this is kind of like a sealed copy of Ace Combat Zero, the Balkan War. It's already kind of beat up. Got this in the lot, so whatever, it's going to be there. I'll probably never play it. Then we got Warship Gunner 2. This one's kind of a rare game right now, man. It's shooting up in price. It's a Koei game. It's not exactly a mech, but it's like, you know, it has planes and, you know, shit like that. So, got this in that lot with the SNES stuff. Zone of the Enders. I need them part 2, man. But I guess I'll get that for like 360 or an HD version. So this is like, you know, created by Hideo Kojima. So this particular game is like a precursor to Metal Gear, at least for the PS2. So it comes with Metal Gear Solid 2, the demo with it. Bought this way back then at like an EB Games. So, you know, one of those mech type of shooters and stuff like that. Doesn't have any relation to Metal Gear, but it's the same creator. Then we got Robotech, which I recently picked up at the pawn shop for $1, so you can't beat that. So I got that. Then we got these shooters right here. We got Raiden 3. Got this at GameStop back in the days when I was working there, because I just knew these Raiden games were going to go up in value, so I bought them. And who doesn't like, you know, airplane shooters? Gradius is another airplane shoot 'em up. Since I don't own too much of those, this will be in like the airplane mech pile. So Gradius is always good, even though I have that loose one. Then we got another Ace Combat 4. These games can be fun, but I don't have the patience for playing these games, but whatever. Got this in the lot as well, or else I would never buy it on my own. Then we got Mobile Suit Gundam, which I got in the lot back in LA when I went down there. So I just added it to the collection. And then here, I had to get this game because I am a big fan of working designs, even though I'm not a fan of these mech robot games. But, you know, working designs always made beautiful covers because of the hologram signature. I had to get it, man. And it was super cheap. I got it for like a 3 for whatever special. So I picked this up. Alright. So that right there, guys, is my mech airplane shooter type stack. So we'll move on to the next. What you're looking at right here is my miscellaneous game stack. Stack of games I don't really have, you know, enough to put in its own category, so I just put them all together like this. So let's start. Starting with the first two. We got Super Buster Move 1 and 2. Got these while I was working at GameStop for cheap. They were probably like $14.99 a piece. And, you know, I had a bunch of store credits, so I bought them up. These are always good, fun party games. Why not, man? Gotta have them. Then, I don't really play a lot of Tony Hawk nowadays, but this is the only Tony Hawk game I got for PS2, so Proving Ground. I never really got to play this one, so I couldn't tell you much about it. This pretty much came in a lot that I bought for hella cheap. Next up, the Guy game. Should be a shame for buying this game, right? This game was like going up in price. I just happened to saw on Mercari like somebody put it up for like $19. So I bought it, man. Why not? Just in case, you know, it's start to shoot up again. This game's like a trivia game, but it's like an adult trivia game because you know these chicks get like naked when you like freaking answer the right questions and stuff like that. So see, yeah, that's all I'm gonna talk about. Got Title Legends 2 right here, man. Bam. So compilation games, I put it in here as well. Comes with Darius, Dungeon Magic, Puzzle Bobble 2, Space Invaders, Cleopatra Fortune, and Liquid Kids. During this time, I bought them all like from GameStop. Oh shit, I got the receipt right here. So this is when I was working at GameStop back in the days, and I was doing some gangsta stuff. So I had like, you know, gift card and all that stuff. So I just bought them all up, man. Buying stuff up, baby. So I bought Bust a Move and Tile Legends and all that stuff. Crimson Sea. Got all those. Got proof right here in 09. July. See, that's me. I was working there at the time. So July 17th. Got that at. Interesting. And then we got Space Channel 5, which I got in another lot that I picked up where I got that fire emblem sealed. So why not? I'm not gonna open it because this doesn't have a manual, but I think it's like 2 discs. Special edition. Space Channel 5 is like one of the games that came out on Dreamcast. Kind of like a rhythm game. And then kind of getting up there, man. Kind of a rare game. The Lifeline. I'm pretty sure I got this at an anime convention for hella cheap. This is one of those games that shot up in value as well. You need the microphone to play this game. Pretty cool because like it's like the first of its kind because you can like, you know, use your voice to tell the characters what to do and stuff. So there's like hella freaking prompts and phrases you can say where they actually react to it. It's a pretty cool game. I just don't have a microphone to play this game, man. But damn, I do want to get to playing this one day. Katamari Damacy right here, the original. So basically Katamari is, you know, one of those strange games where you just roll shit up. And, you know, it's hella popular in Japan, and somehow I made it out here. And I remember watching an episode of like Toonami when they reviewed this game, and that's how I got into it. So eventually I picked it up later on in the years. Same thing, GameStop pickup. Extreme Madness, or Egg Mania Extreme Madness is, I don't even know what kind of game this is. One of those weird games right here where you like, you know, do puzzles and stuff like that. Got this as a lot along with another, you know, PS2 that I got for hella cheap. I swear I paid only like $20 for everything. Here comes Capcom's Classic Collection, another compilation. So I don't have too many of those, but this one's pretty cool. Got some of the good games like Ghosts and Goblins, Street Fighter 2, Section Z, you know, Final Fight, stuff like that. It's always good to have, so if you don't want to bust out the old school consoles, you can just play on this. So not bad. Good to have. Bombastic was another GameStop purchase. I just got this because it looked like Devil Dice. I don't know if you guys remember that game on PS1 or whatever. So it's kind of like another puzzle versus game. Pretty cool. Party game basically. Got it around the same time. Like look, I like it because it's still intact on the top. So everything's in there. I got it because it was a clean case, and at the same time, something to buy, man. Sometimes we just itching, you just buy stuff, man. Cold Sep, I got this at a GameStop at the mall in Las Vegas. The Cold Sep games like card games, man. I remember Hyphy Gold was telling me he likes these card games, so I'm not sure if this is his forte or not. The Cold Sep games are kind of rare, especially the one on like 360. That one's getting up there. I need a copy of that. They got this Cartoon Network Racing, so it's kind of like, I should have put this on the racing area, but it's one of those random, you know, wannabe Mario Kart games. But yeah, so these three don't belong anywhere, but I'm just gonna leave it in the miscellaneous. So Gradius 3 and 4 don't have a case to that, but you know, good to have. Samurai Western, I got this for pretty cheap, so I need a case for that though. It was a Mercari pickup from last year. Yeah, no case, so it's gonna be a miscellaneous, even though it should be on like the beat 'em ups or whatever. And then Mr. Mosquito, I got this for like $20 or less than $20 back then. You know how this game's gone up like crazy. I used to own this game back then, complete in box, but I traded it like a dumbass. What was I thinking, right? I got it now with just a case. And hey, maybe I'll run across the manual one day. So that would be my entire weird ass collection right here for random ass games. Yep. Random weird games collection right here. Bam. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's a hell of a lot of freaking games, and this is gonna freaking annoy me that I gotta alphabetize them all. But I guess I can finally put all these games into my game eye. So this is your boy Gat Cognac signing out. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave in the comments right below and let me know what other stuff you want to look at. Like maybe my Xbox collection. Anyways, I'm signing out. I'll see y'all later. Yeah!